In a small coastal village, fishermen avoided sailing too far from shore after sunset. An old legend spoke of the call, a haunting sound rising from the ocean's depth, luring sailors to their doom. No one knew its source, but those who followed it never returned. One stormy night, Yasser, a young and reckless fisherman, received a strange letter from his friend Murad, who vanished a year ago during a fishing trip. The letter, written in shaky handwriting, read, "Come to the depths. The truth awaits you." Attached was an ancient map pointing to a spot in the middle of the sea, marked with a cryptic symbol resembling an eye. Against the warnings of the village elders, Yasser prepared his small boat and set sail under a moonless sky. The sea was unnaturally still, the silence broken only by the creak of his boat. As he reached the coordinates on the map, the water began to glow faintly, a sickly green light pulsing from below. Suddenly, his radio crackled to life, emitting a low, guttural hum that seemed to vibrate in his chest. Words formed in the static, not in Murad's voice, but something older, colder, deeper. Come deeper. His compass spun wildly, and the boat rocked as if pulled by an invisible current. Scene 3. The descent. Compelled by an inexplicable urge, Yasser donned his diving gear and plunged into the glowing water. The deeper he swam, the colder and heavier the ocean felt, as if it were alive, watching him. Strange shadows darted just beyond his vision, shapes too large, too fluid to be fish. His flashlight flickered, revealing glimpses of jagged structures on the ocean floor, like ruins of a forgotten city, covered in pulsating, fleshy growths. At the center of the ruins, he found a massive chasm, its edges lined with carvings of writhing tentacles and hollow-eyed faces. From the chasm came the sound, a low, hypnotic chant that seemed to crawl inside his mind, urging him to swim deeper. As Yasser descended into the chasm, the water grew thick, almost gelatinous. His flashlight died, but the green glow illuminated a grotesque sight. Murad, or what was left of him, floating motionless. His eyes were wide and unblinking, his skin covered in barnacle-like growths that pulsed in rhythm with the chant. He wasn't alone. Dozens of other figures, fishermen and sailors from years past, hovered in the water, their bodies fused with the same unnatural growths. A voice, not from Murad, but from the abyss itself, spoke directly into Yasser's mind. "You sought the truth. Now you are ours." The carvings on the chasm walls began to move, revealing a colossal entity, an ancient writhing mass of tentacles and eyes, its presence suffocating. It wasn't just in the sea, it was the sea. Yasser tried to swim upward, but the water tightened around him like a living thing. The chant grew louder, drowning out his thoughts, his will. His body began to change, his skin prickling as growths emerged. The last thing he saw was Murad's face, now smiling, as the abyss claimed them both. Back in the village, the elders noticed Yasser's boat drifting empty on the shore. They burned the map he'd left behind, whispering prayers